Just canceling flights to Vegas.
This is Basketball Island. Hein, Hambone, Wes, Fab, and you know what? Like, that feeling I have from watching that game, it's kind of like the feeling of leaving Vegas. Just beaten down, and like, that is how the Raptors made me feel tonight with an atrocious effort, especially in the second quarter. We'll get to all of that. Game just ended, but like, early thoughts about their Raptors elimination from the NBA Cup.
That's a familiar feeling.
Yeah.
Like
It started off so promising too. I thought that first quarter was
guns blazing,
like electric.
Yeah.
The arena was hype. Fans singing the anthem before the game.
Again, sounds like a trip to Vegas.
Yeah,
exactly how it usually goes, man.
It just started so promising, and then the second quarter came, and it was just an abominable performance. Yeah, it was scored 34-13 in the second. The Scottie plus bench
five
unit.
of 21 from the field in the second.
Yeah. It's just
like,
I don't know, man. We'll get into it, but like, I just feel like the Raptors, when they get punched, they just lack the ability to punch back. Like, 6-0 runs turn into 10, turn into 12. And I think that's what happened tonight. It just sucks to see them play such a good first quarter, but the consistency just did not last in that game.
I mean, any fan watching that game, we all share the same emotion watching this. You've seen a good version of this team, and you're seeing this version right now, and you have so many questions about, like, how can there be such a wide gap between the style and effort level? For me, so much of it is effort level. I don't know how you feel about it. The defense is really, really where, and the rebounding is really where it jumped out to me. I don't get it. In these last 7 games, it's like night and day, Jekyll and Hyde. I still remember what they were playing like during the winning streak. And it just feels like it was such a long ways away.
Felt like a while ago. Yeah.
Right? I mean, listen, we all witnessed greatness tonight. Red Panda performed at halftime, so that's one bright spot. No, jokes aside, the opening quarter was very promising. Ingram showed up to this game. He was going band for band with Brunson in the first, but once again, the second quarter, the wheels came off. It started with the offense, right? They couldn't buy a bucket. No. But it seemed to suck the life out of their defensive effort as well. And all the hustle plays weren't going their way. And it's just inexcusable. Like, I'm sorry, not scoring isn't a reason to let your defense completely melt down.
But that's kind of that's sort of the nature of things. And Hambone touched on it. When things are going bad with this team, it tends to snowball. Yeah. And when there's a lid on the basket, they were too discouraged defensively, and it cost them. And, like, the numbers are just atrocious from that second quarter. Like, the field goal shoot, even the O boards. Knicks had 6 O boards in the second, including that missed free throw and Brunson 3, and then the same thing happened again.
That was a backbreaker.
Like, it was I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to find the words. You mentioned the good one though, snowball. Raptors tend to let stuff snowball, and that's kind of like their Achilles heel during this run. Like, you want to know what the difference was? When they were winning games, they punched back. I felt there was just more belief in what they were doing on both ends of the floor. And it just feels as though, as of late, whether that's due to the absences, I mean, RJ Barrett, like, give him some credit. Like, that dude thinks he can score every time he has the ball. Raptors kind of lacking that. They're lacking that confidence level on the offensive end. I just don't like how the defense wanes when the offense isn't working, or vice versa. Like, you got to play a complete game. Like, you survived that Brunson onslaught.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, you survived that. Mm-hmm. You came out on the other side, and then it just all falls apart. And it's just like, what can Darko do? Like, I thought this was one of Scottie's worst games of the season. Like,
the worst.
The worst game.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, it's a rough one's early.
The Charlotte game, obviously, last week was awful. I think that was a complete, no-show on everyone's part. But this was a test for them tonight and an opportunity, and straight up they failed. There's no sugarcoating it. Scottie Barnes, I've sung his praises all year, and he's deserved it, but he was not good enough tonight.
No.
Not offensively, not anything. And you're not going to beat a team with the talent of the Knicks when your best player doesn't show up or isn't good enough.
And we got to shout out Leo Routins. You were talking to him all night. And one of the things that Leo was talking about is you need a run stopper to be the top player on your squad.
Ingram kind of was that tonight, though, and it still didn't matter.
So Ingram was that in the first quarter.
Yeah, but in the second quarter, when the subs came out, the thing is this. You can be a run stopper on both sides of the ball. Mm-hmm. It's not just on offense. You get a bucket on offense, sure, that helps it, but get a stop on defense, finish out, close out a possession, get the boards. There was just too many possessions where they got a miss, but then everybody's ball watching. Ball, like one bounce, two bounces back to one of the Knicks players, they get a free bucket at the rim. So there's just too many of those moments right now, and Leo Rowland's talking about it, and he's been harping about it. Scottie Barnes needs to elevate and be able to take over in moments like that for one or two plays, get everything back on track.
I think the important stretch too was Barnes in the bench to start the second. That's when the Knicks kind of started, turning the screws a little bit on the Raptors. And then by the time they brought BI back in,
it was like a 12, 14-point game. Like
the lead had ballooned, and they're sending strategic doubles at BI, and then good teams are going to lull BI into a false sense of security. When a double comes, he's going to make what he thinks is the simple pass.
He made some good passes tonight, though, out of those doubles.
But teams, when they're engaged, if you don't make the right play, you don't make it quick enough.
Yeah.
Teams like the Knicks, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, like these guys are no slouches on the defensive end.
I think you said that best. Don't make it quick enough. And that was the issue in the second quarter where people were hesitant. And Grady Dick, get off the court tonight. My notes. Grady Dick is searching. Yeah.
The dude is searching. Man, he is taking some really baffling shots. And it's actually very troublesome to watch. I almost feel for the guy because you're already a target on defense. If your offense isn't clicking, the shot hasn't been falling, and just the shot selection has been very poor. Choosing to drive in to OG Anunoby is not a good idea. Take the floater, take the jumper, free throw line extended.
Me and Fab were talking about this. You were at the game for the first half, and then you joined us after. Me and Fab were talking about this. When you have all those wings and you're sort of playing wing roulette, isn't it in the mindset of those players? You don't know when you're going to get pulled, what your minutes are going to be. Don't they need to either move one of those guys or have some consistency with the rotation of player X, you are the guy? And tonight, it was probably Jacoby Walter. But
in the bigger picture, you're probably right. But tonight, that maybe doesn't apply just because RJ was out and Quickly was out. So you are going to go to all those guys.
When's RJ back though, man? It's been a while.
Well,
and it's another week.
The latest is reevaluated in another week. He's receiving injections into his knee. I mean, this to me feels like going to be at least a couple more weeks if we're trying to be realistic.
Here's the RJ numbers entering tonight: 106.5 points last in the NBA, 45.3 field goal percentage, 22nd in the NBA, 32.1 3-point percentage, 26th in the NBA.
Without RJ?
Those are without RJ entering tonight, so obviously not tonight's stats.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, talking about how the Raptors had success early in the season too. When you looked at that first 15-20 game stretch for all the other teams in the Eastern Conference, look at how many major injuries you're seeing across all the other teams. The Raptors are kind of unscathed. They got away with it early on, and depth was a huge part of their strength coming into the season, and you saw it play out. But now you're seeing one Nick, a second Nick, suddenly two guys out, and you get such a crazy result like this. It kind of just shows you how frail that the team can be, even given the depth that they had. Look at the games when Jakob Poeltl doesn't play. Yeah. It's night and day in terms of what they can do in terms of paint protection. So the Raptors got away with some good injury luck early on. This is all with BI still playing basically every game. What happens when, the inevitable comes where he's going to start missing some games, knock on wood. But this is a very concerning thing. If you're a Raps fan, you're like, okay, we thought depth was our strength, and now you're watching it slowly chip away, and 7 to the last 8? 6 to the last 7 or 7 to the last 7?
And as it relates to tonight, I mean, even Jakob Poeltl was a -18. He wasn't very effective, and what we're seeing is the bench has really cooled off. Shed, to his credit, was actually probably one of their better players tonight. He
also playing hurt.
He was playing scrappy. He was getting into the paint. He wasn't hitting everything, but still, the effort was there. And Jacoby Walter was good. Okay, good relative to how everyone else played, but he was okay.
Yeah, it's you mentioned this earlier when you're talking about no one knows when they're playing. There's a lot of uncertainty with the rotation. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You gotta come in and play hard.
I know, but
all the time.
I think when it's when you're
they're NBA players.
I know, but when you're out there, we work with athletes all the time. What do athletes want? They want to be told consistency. So if you're someone like Grady Dick, who's still a young player, and it's okay, if I miss this shot, am I gonna get pulled? And I get it, be a professional, but these guys aren't good enough to fill that, right?
Life ain't like that sometimes, man. At the very end of the day, you need to play defense.
But wouldn't they be better suited then to be okay, hey, Jacoby Walter, you're the guy. You're getting a week. Grady, watch for a week.
I don't blame Darko for trying to search. I think he has every right to search.
Tonight I get it because it's a single elimination game.
Yeah, Grady looks lost, man. Yeah. Grady looks lost out there. And again, I mentioned it earlier. If your shot's not falling and you're not actually helping out on the offensive end, you are a target on defense. That's tough. Jacoby, bless his heart, hits some threes, but makes a lot of mindless plays sometimes, like late fouls on the clock. I thought he was fine tonight. I thought he was okay. Yeah. I thought CMB had moments too, kind of smoked layups. Like the margins just get so thin when you're losing and there's that stench, and the Raptors now who are hurt. They don't got a bona fide run stopper. Like Ingram, like bless his heart, great game tonight. He didn't look good in like the 3-4 games before this, where there's moments of lethargy. Say that one.
Lethargy.
One more time.
Lethargy.
A lot of lethargy on the defensive end. A lot of lethargy.
I thought from everybody, but it's okay. So here's a question then for you: who are the Raptors?
Who are the Raptors?
I almost swore there, but I know lunch on the line. If someone swears, because we're going live here. But so here's the question: are they the team of the 9-game win streak, or are they this 4-game win streak, 6 of the last 7, or are even the beginning of the year team looks different than this current losing streak?
Look, the answer is always somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle.
But what I think jumps out to me is New York Knicks elite level offense. So obviously their numbers are going to look great regardless of how well the Raptors play.
Brunson.
What you want to see though, you remember the version of the Raptors last year when they were just losing every game, but they're still
playing hard.
Yeah. Second ranked defensive rating on the second half post All-Star break. There was a level of hunger and effort that you're seeing play in, play out. And I think in a game like this where NBA Cup, we all came into this thing saying this is something the Raptors as a team collectively, especially with their youth, probably should really care about. I don't think the effort matched. I don't care about the talent disparity. I don't think the effort level matched up to the importance of this game. I don't care that the Knicks are that much better talent-wise. We all know they're the better team. I just wanted to see the hustle plays, the 50-50 plays be at least even.
Instead, they get punched in the mouth and then they
even.
will.
And they were not. They were definitely not hustling as hard.
It felt like there was hot oil on the ball or something. When even trying to rebound some of these free throws, they're not squeezing it. Like, grab that ball, man. Yeah. Just grab that ball. But once again, it comes down to that second quarter. Just destroyed them. And it's not acceptable, but it is what it is. The second half was relatively even. The first quarter was relatively even, but you can't spot the Knicks a 20-point quarter. Expect to come back in a game.
Raptors scored 8 points in 9 minutes.
Yeah.
8 points in 9 minutes.
And there was you're kind of looking around when BI's on the bench and no one had it. Darko tried Chucky Hepburn. That didn't work. Yeah. Grady was unplayable. Mamu has fallen off a cliff. I mean, you can't be relying on him to carry your bench, but he couldn't hit a three. He's not giving you the offense you were getting earlier in the year.
And if he's not giving you that offense,
then what's he doing?
But this is all coming. The bench has cooled off at a time where RJ is also out.
Yeah.
So things are not timing out well because your bench isn't giving you the lift. Your starters aren't giving you as much as well. I mean, even on a night like tonight, you didn't have Quickly's offense. Maybe he would have, maybe defensively it helped to not have him out there, but the 3-point shooting wasn't there either.
So who are the Raptors? That's your question, right? I think they're around a 500 team, right? You're going to see good performances. You're going to see bad performances.
But why are the swings so drastic?
Because they're a young team. And now you got Brandon Ingram playing like he's like one of the main options on this team. He's not really tasted winning in his career either. So there's going to be these lulls. He also hasn't played in every game to start the season like this. He's only played over 65 once in his career. That was his rookie year with LA. So it's like, I think to Wes's point, it's probably somewhere in the middle. You're going to get a lot of variance from this team. Just ride the waves out. And I think Wes made another good point, too. Like, Raptors were pouncing on teams earlier in the year that had injuries, and now they're getting a taste of injuries. And it's just, despite all of that, it's the lack of confidence. It's the, we saw that second quarter run coming. Like, when things went bad, I was begging for Scottie to just bully ball somebody into the rim, like get a switch on Kolek and just put him in the basket. You know what I'm saying? Like, just that didn't happen. 8 points in 9 minutes, that is inexcusable, and that's how you lose games. Like, same thing happened in the Celtics game. I mean, valiant effort in that comeback.
Yeah, it was a good comeback.
Great comeback.
But you can't. You're not good enough to just no-show for a 5-minute stretch.
Yes. Okay, but confidence. See, I'm not gonna let them get away with confidence. I know you're trying to give them confidence, not as an out, but an explanation. In the 6 games coming into tonight, like obviously D rating bad, O rating, all of it bad. But the 2 ones that jump out to me in terms of what they're doing extremely bad relative to games earlier on, they're 26th in turnover rate, 25th in defensive rebounding. That has nothing to do with confidence. That's zero to do with confidence. That's effort. And so with a team like this where you're losing a little bit of offensive talent, RJ out, IQ out tonight, I get it. Tougher to hit buckets, close out possessions, be smarter with the ball. Those are things that you absolutely need to be smarter about, especially knowing you don't have the talent on the offensive end. You want to see those things, and it's bright as day in terms of the numbers in this losing streak.
Some of that, though, too, is roster construction, and I think we saw that, specifically the defensive rebounding, and we saw that in the second quarter.
Yeah, this is a bad matchup for them on
when Yak was out, who's getting those boards? There's no one to get those rebounds. And I think that, 6 or 7 offensive rebounds in the second quarter that led to a lot of those buckets.
And I thought Yak stabilized him a little bit in the first quarter, too. Like, Brunson got him on a couple switches. Like, just what are you going to do? That's Jalen Brunson. But I think Yak gives them a little bit more stability on that end. It's just, there's only one of them, and his back's not working so great. And Raptors need size because Mamu ain't that big. He doesn't really play big. Like, if Yak
what did Leo say in the green room the other day? Like, he's not a center if he...
No, he's not a center.
Like,
he's not a center.
This New York team, it just is an ultimate bad matchup for them as well, right? And now we're dating back to almost 3 years that they haven't beat this Knicks team. Right. That's 9 straight losses, 10 straight losses, something like that.
10.
So, bad example tonight. If we're looking back at some of the other losses, the LA game was kind of there for the taking. The Charlotte game, that
2 of them
ultimate
no show.
Used
Yak in that LA game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with resting him on the front of that back-to-back. Personally, I think you play him if you know he's sitting one of the two. Play him against the team that you think is better. And if we're going back to that game, Ayton was hurting them just because there was literally no one above 6'8" on the court.
I thought that was Will Chamberlain. I didn't think that was Ayton on the court.
I think Yak made the call. I think Yak made the call on that, by the way.
Okay. So, who are the Raptors? They're 15-11. What a wise man once said, you are what your record is. So, you're 15-11, and you're half a game out of 9th now.
Yeah.
You're half a game up on 9th. So, the play-in is right there again.
Remember when the Chicago Bulls were 6-1
to
start the year?
Yes.
Yeah, and they free
Giddy's not going to the hall. Giddy's not going to the hall.
So it's like, listen, I think Fab made this point a couple pods ago. Like, you padded your wins. You got wins against teams that were hobbled, that were not confident, that weren't playing hard. So, you were able to stack those wins, but now it's coming to roost, man. Like, now you're looking at you have a little bit of break here, so maybe BI gets his legs back. The team gets like whatever mojo they lost or they have lost in this recent run. The hope is they get it back, and that starts Monday.
Does RJ bring that mojo back when he?
I'm worried about RJ. I'm worried about him.
Oh, you mean health-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No.
I think I'm with what Wes was going to say.
That's coming from me.
The absence of RJ could not be more clear right now in terms of how
confidence. This guy's got confidence.
RJ, the best north-south guy that you have on the team, they're not getting
pressure.
to the rim in the same way that they have been during that run. Even their transition offense, which has been the hallmark of how they're playing this year, they're a first-ranked offensive frequency team in terms of transition. They're down to 5th in these games without RJ. That's a direct correlation to how RJ likes to play. So can they get back to that without RJ? I still think they can. I think the difference is they're just turning the ball over way more than they were in the earlier games. Yeah. A team like this that's not the strongest rebounding team, not the best offensive talent team, you got to win the possession game. You got to have more shots than the other team. And if you're having 26th ranked turnover rate, the math won't math. You know what I mean? You're eventually going to lose.
If you're looking at the kind of near future for them, so 5-day break. Monday, you get Miami at Miami.
Tough.
Thursday, at Milwaukee. Okay. No Giannis should be out. I mean, that has to be a win. You're back home against a Boston team who's flying right now.
The best team in the Eastern Conference.
And then you get a back-to-back. And then you get at Brooklyn the next game. And they've actually had a little bit of trouble. They beat Brooklyn, but they've kind of not been easy games. So
Feisty.
Yeah, I mean, there is an opportunity to get back on track. These are winnable games, so I'm not going to say they can't go next week 3-1.
And I'll
it's like they could.
Talking schedule too, and not to draw concern, but how many West teams have you named there?
None.
Very few Western Conference teams. They're coming.
Yep.
It's coming. So better stack those wins now because that West Coast swing's coming and it's gonna be rough.
So speaking of the West, we got the NBA Cup semis going tomorrow. And I don't know, that sucks. Wemby being out kind of takes a little steam out of that game. We saw the spread move. I think it was as low as 4, and now it's Lakers by 6. So any early leans, and that I don't know if you saw that Thunder spread. I think it's 15.5.
It's pretty rough.
Well, I kind of want to lean to Phoenix, but at the same time, it's only what kind of fool would bet against OKC the way they've been playing right now. So I don't know, like what early leans or what are you most looking forward to with the semis tomorrow?
I think Wes was Nostradamus with that Shea MVP, NBA Cup MVP -110. Is it still that?
I gotta look.
Can we still hop?
I think that's Simmons or Lowe's pod. They also mentioned the same thing.
Makes sense.
And it seems like OKC's gonna win the domestic double. So like,
if you want to get frisky. I'll throw some money on the Knicks. Knicks look pretty good. They look pretty potent.
Well, Knicks. So we now know it's Knicks Magic.
Knicks Magic.
One semifinal.
Knicks been
That's
on a run. They look good. Well,
against
no
your
Franz.
Magic.
No Franz. I mean,
yeah, but
I feel bad for my Magic. We all need to feel bad for
this.
Them,
Is
man.
not a kind of a crazy segment, but like, are the Magic gonna be better? Sans? No. But like, just because of fit and stuff, is this gonna make more sense? Sans Franz.
You know what? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I'm actually intrigued to see how they play without Franz because they look pretty good without Paolo. Because Paolo coming into this year, everyone was talking about he needs to make that leap. His leap is coming. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah. Still very inefficient. In that game, you hold a gun in my head. I would go Knicks. I think the Knicks have value. I think Knicks can give OKC a game, just assuming OKC gets there, of course.
I think it'll be a fun game, but it's strength versus strength, right? It's like you have the best defense we've seen in years against a really fun Knicks offense.
Want to get frisky? Brunson MVP, NBA Cup MVP. Mm-hmm. I don't hate it.
Thunder. Actually, just as a side note, to break the record of the Warriors is now plus 360.
Oh my God!
It was over 10-1 a couple weeks ago.
No, Fab and I were joking. We were on air. It was 13-1 when we were on Sports talking about it. Yeah, when it was first.
Okay, but let's talk about this. I hear plus 360? Shouldn't we be betting that?
Well, put it this way: how many times are they going to be an underdog for the rest of the year?
At Denver,
less than 5, right?
One time,
assuming they're healthy, less than 5.
Assuming health.
Once.
Maybe at Houston.
Shea misses games.
Games. I mean, so you're basically getting a favorite in every game.
Shea missed the game against the Jazz and they won by 30.
They've been hurt to start the year. Yeah. Like they've had important dudes miss games. Okay, Wes. Talk me off the cliff. Why should I not bet Thunder to break that record at plus 360?
Tell him, Wes.
I mean, plus it's a FOMO thing.
Yes, it's a big time FOMO thing.
There was a 13-1.
I'm like first night of Vegas when I'm in the hotel room and you're putting the money on the bed to count it all out.
I'll tell you what it is about that bet that like makes me think it's not the worst thing. It's just the makeup of this team. I think they're so young and hungry still. Like. They're the tight, like they talked about. What was it, Legler?
Legler with Blow, yeah.
Yeah, this team has that DNA.
Aren't they being a little disrespected too? And what's a way to
this team has a DNA.
To buy lunch again.
I think they're respected just fine.
No, within NBA fans, and I know the Twitter and social media.
Who cares?
I know, but NBA fans. I mean, know, but like this team, they're
not respected the way a great champion like they were last year.
Look at the spreads.
Do you think the possibility of they're so far ahead by March that they take the foot off the gas and March can get a little silly, April can get a little silly if they kind of don't care.
To Wes's point and to what Legler was saying, I think they'll want to break that record.
Maybe, but I think about that too. And it's like, hey, guy, what matters? The Larry O'Brien trophy or the NBA Cup trophy?
AJ Mitchell won't allow it.
Yeah, okay.
He won't allow that. He won't allow it.
How about Chris Youngblood?
No, he won't allow it, man. They're too well oiled. They're a well-oiled machine.
Would you bet that plus 360?
No, I don't want to.
Just because you missed out on 13-1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's not a great price to bet.
Okay, but in 2 weeks we're gonna be like, it's minus 110 now. Wish we had plus 360.
So bet it.
I will.
You know what?
Bet it.
You know what?
Bet it.
Maybe.
Mark it.
Yeah, NBA Cup. I mean, listen, Thunder probably gonna roll. So who stands in their way? I mean, they're a huge favorite against Phoenix, and then they likely get the Lakers, and then
do they get? Do the Lakers respond after getting punched in the mouth by them early in the year? Right?
Yeah, I think so. A little bit.
There you go.
LeBron could be the first ever player in NBA history with 2 NBA Cups.
No, you never know.
Take that, Jordan.
Jordan doesn't have a single NBA Cup.
What does he know?
Did you want to comment at all on the Shams reporting that the Raps might be in the mix for Anthony Davis?
After what we've seen, why would they do that?
It would be insane.
I don't necessarily buy that they're in the running for him.
Raptors are a leverage team. You throw the Raptors' name into reports. And
the fans to eat it up like catnip.
The Raptors don't leak. Like, there's one thing we know about the Raptors. We've followed this team under Masai Ujiri, under Bobby Webster. The team does not leak. Nothing comes out, but they are used as leverage for other teams. I just don't see the need. Like, will AD demand to play center in Toronto? Like he's gonna have like, or sorry, he'll
He
need
doesn't
to play
want
power
to play.
forward.
Yeah,
so someone needs to play center next to him. Like you probably need to send Yak.
Yak's probably in that deal. I was just gonna say
that ain't gonna work.
So
really.
what would you be willing to give up?
What's the
right?
price tag?
Let's just speculate here. Like,
if let's say if the salaries matched up, I mean it's very difficult because Dallas is in the luxury tax, but
IQ
and RJ
or Pirtle.
But if you're
IQ and
if
Pirtle.
you're
Would you be willing to give up 2 picks, first rounders?
2 firsts for a 33-year-old AD for this team? That's
Well,
not
I
gonna go anywhere?
agree with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate because I don't think you should be in the business of getting older and more injury prone at this point for future
If
athletes.
you're a team who's trading for AD, I feel like you need to be a piece away. And from what we've seen from the Raptors, they are very far from a piece away of any. They're a piece away from top 6.
Atlanta should. It should be Atlanta because I love the
But I think Atlanta's assets are almost too good.
Maybe, but I mean, if I like the pairing of AD and someone like Kristaps Porzingis, because AD with a stretch 5, that's a good lineup. Even him and I know.
So wouldn't you rather do? But like, I would rather do just up the offer 30% and get Giannis as opposed to getting AD. Sure. If I'm Atlanta.
Sure. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Just Raptors in the mix for this. I have no idea why.
No.
I have no idea why.
No, they're just leverage.
It's just smoke. It's just all smoke.
It's just leverage.
Okay.
It ain't happening. I abstain. I don't want it to happen.
That's it for us. We will see you back here next week. Catch us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get podcasts.
No NBA Cup.